right, everybody, good afternoon. We're putting up this big sign. There's a lot to it. So here's what we do. These are the steps. These are the panels that come in. They're 4-foot panels. And they got 6 bolts. They got the bottom, the middle, and the top. So you see, the spacing has to be at 1 inch. That's how it's designed. Okay, and I'll tell you how I got those numbers. So the first thing to do is to set up a laser up at the top. Well, you got to measure the panel. See how we measured the panel where it fits perfectly right above the plug, and underneath that, there's a pipe there. I don't know if you can see it, but that's it right there. So that's why that's bowing, it's because of that pipe. But you couldn't help that. But anyways, there's 1 inch, and the trick is, I'll show you what the trick is. So what we do, see how I marked 1 inch from there? So I held the tape right here, look, on the top of this, and I made sure it's just 1 inch. Because if you do it from this side or any other angle, you won't have 1 inch. It's optical illusion. So you have to have that 1 inch tape mark. I put it here. As you can see it, I put one on top. See the blue tape? And then we got a laser up there. Okay, so we'll turn that on, and that gives us a line at the top. So what we did, so we don't have to make a mess on the walls, we put tape and mark the tape. And then we'll take the tape off when we're done. Okay, and here's the panels. Let me show you. Those are the hardware. They come marked out for the holes, but you have to drill them. And the way to do it without tearing this paper, you have to have a very, very tiny drill bit to begin with and go through the center all the way through the other side. Because if it pushes any paper, it just pushes a little bit. And then you have to take one of those sharp drill bits. I'll show you. And then you got to do the same thing here. Then you got to turn them, but when you drill them, make sure that if you have them on the floor drilling, that you're not drilling through the carpet or anything. And if you put them on any piece of wood or anything, you might scratch the drawing because they're not that thick. So here we go. All right. They have those holes. There's 3 of them. There's 3 left. As you can see, we hung the 4. It's a tedious process, but you gotta go easy because you can't rush it. So here's the way these things look like. What these do, there's little screws right here. See those? They'll go into these. These will go in the wall, and this will go right there, right? So you put these in, screw these in tight, and then you got to come over here, and you have these screws. And they have 2 washers on them. You can't see. Oh, there it is. You got 2 washers. You got to put 1 washer on the front and 1 on the back. So basically, I laid it all out, got everything ready. See here? There's 6 more for the other panel. And then here's where I laid the other ones out. See, those are washers. Make sure you put a washer on each side of those bolts. And there's the other ones. All right, there's a trick. To put these screws in, you have to use a long screwdriver and do that. See that? Otherwise, you can't get them in by your hand. Okay? So everything takes time, but we laid out everything. So that way, right now, when the guy comes back, my partner, we can get busy doing it. So all the panels are drilled. We're going to go off the top line there, and we're going to stay off. So what we do is we put the panel flat on the wall. And so the edge of the top on the tape and the edge of the other piece here, flat. Flatten it out first and then drill the holes. Since the hole's already drilled in there, you just copy them off the panel. They pull the panel off carefully, and then you screw these pieces in. So here's the unit, what it looks like. All right. If you have any questions, leave comments, anything, put them down below, subscribe. And thank you for watching. Hit the bell for notifications. Have a good day.